Hi, I'm Dr. Jenny Brown, and I'm here with an update on things that are going on at the Parent Hope Project. It's been about 3 years since we officially launched our training programs for all those out there who are wanting to help support families and children's well-being, particularly via the parents. And what we've learned over the 3 years is that this program is resonating for many people based in family systems theory, embedded in research about how best to engage parents in a way that fosters their own personal agency, confidence, and self-discovery, and that outcome has many positive ramifications for children's well-being and mental health. So the things that we have learned are we have simplified our program, so we're not trying to do too many different things with our core packages. We've heard from you that there is some confusion about what's available, and we need to make that clearer for people. So essentially, we've just pared it down to 2 offerings. One is our manualized clinical intervention, and 2 is our family systems parenting courses, the Confident Parenting course. And so our training is for these 2 options, and they can be bundled together as well. We've got our manualized clinical intervention training, level 1, which may just be an introduction for people in a different way of engaging parents and building agency and hope, or going on to level 2, where it is an accreditation process to be a specialist parent, clinician, and coach in this space. And then we've got the training to facilitate confident parenting groups using the 4-part Confident Parent course. In the past, we've packaged things for schools, for community groups, for mental health groups, for churches. What we're doing now is keeping the 2 programs fairly straightforward, facilitating the group work or facilitating the intervention, the counseling approach with parents. But we're creating communities, a Parent Hope community learning hub. And within that, if you are a trainee in our programs or a graduate of our programs, you'll have access to private spaces that fit your particular interest, where you're up to in your training, and your context where you're working with parents. So there'll be a private space for schools, for example, with a lot of extra resources available for schools, including the Teacher Confidence Project, the program and course for teachers, based on the same ideas. What we're looking at creating is a vibrant community for all of our trainees, but really refining the groups that people are most fitted to, so that they can first and foremost access good resources to help them promote their practice using the Parent Hope resources to help let parents know what it's all about, to have brochures, to have videos they can use if they're wanting to promote the group work in their community, in their organization, at their school. We want to support you to be able to explain this approach and generate interested parents and customers for the approach, which we believe has something really valuable to offer. And we also want there to be spaces where we're continually updating resources, fresh webinars that fit your particular community space. We want to highlight the Community Learning Hub for everyone, so there's a more active sharing of experiences, active Q&A with other practitioners who are using the programs. I'll be doing more regular interviews with people who are using the program so we can learn from each other. And other members of the Parent Hope team will also be sharing some of the most frequent questions that we're asked, and we'll be keeping it vibrant and ever-changing. You won't need to have to find your way through a massive library of resources. We'll keep it refreshed and relevant, and every year you'll get a year access to a relevant community, and you'll be able to re-sign up if you want to continue to be part of this project going forward. So we're excited about these new developments. The other thing I should mention before I wrap up today is with our online training on a fabulous learning site called Thinkific, we're updating the user experience to improve it all the time. And one thing we've heard is people do love self-paced learning. I've had someone recently say to me, it was so good to be able to stop where I was at in the course and just go away and digest it, or practice a skill that I learned or an idea, reflect on it more, and then come back to it. That's been very positive for their learning. So self-paced is very positive for many people. But the downside, of course, is the lack of group live experience, communicating with real people. So we are making a priority of regular group reflection spaces with a facilitator. We're calling them mentoring groups, and they'll be relevant to the area of interest that you have, and you'll be able to regularly be involved in some live online training, not just self-paced. Also know that when you submit your reflective assignments that are not too onerous, but just to support your learning and to create a genuine accreditation process, you'll get feedback, not from AI. You'll get feedback from real people who understand the program, who will give you feedback on the things they learned from reading your reflections and ideas that they have to share as well. So it's been quite a journey these first 3 years. More and more teams, not just in Australia, but in other parts of the world, are doing this training. Individuals in private practice are doing our various training programs, either of our 2 programs. And also we have some research, independent research projects that have been funded by organizations to look at the efficacy of the program, and all of that is very exciting. As a team at Parent Hope Project, and many of you as our supporters are working on with this social enterprise to get this unique Bowen Family Systems offering into the world of children and young people's well-being and mental health. So thank you for your interest and in sharing the journey with us.